All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Gurmala Kapoor. The headlines. G20 summit begins in Buenos Aires today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the first session. Electioneering for assembly elections in Telangana and Rajasthan in full swing. Niti Aayog starts a series of development dialogues on healthcare systems today. 8 more states achieve 100% household electrification under Saubhagya Yojana. Centre gives go-ahead to CBI to prosecute Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain in disproportionate assets case. And in Men's Hockey World Cup, Australia to face Ireland and England to meet China in Bhubaneswar this evening. The 13th G20 summit begins in Buenos Aires, Argentina today. The summit focuses on building a consensus on a fair and sustainable development in the field of agriculture. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the first session of the summit. Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale said the Prime Minister will make a lead intervention in the first session of the summit based on the theme Putting People First. Issues pertaining to risks posed by oil price volatility, flagship programs including Skill India, Mudra Yojana, Digital India and GST, among others, will be the focus. Speaking at a function after arriving in Buenos Aires, Mr. Modi said issues like global economy and sustainable development will be discussed during the summit.
इस समिट में जिन मुद्दों पर बात होगी, जैसे ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, क्लाइमेट चेंज, आर्थिक भगोड़े अपराधी, उनसे सिर्फ भारत या अर्जेंटीना का ही नहीं, सारे विश्व का हित जुड़ा है.
The Prime Minister met the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to deepen strategic ties between both countries. According to MEA sources, Mr. Modi held discussions which focused on enhancing Saudi investment in technology, infrastructure, petroleum, renewable energy, food security, fintech, and the defense sector. Mr. Modi also held a meeting with UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres to discuss India's role in addressing climate change globally, with a specific reference to the forthcoming COP24 meeting in Katowice, Poland. The Prime Minister is also scheduled to hold meetings with several world leaders, including Chinese President Xi Jinping and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited the Indian diaspora to attend the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas to be held at Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh next year. Addressing the Yoga for Peace event at the La Rural Fairgrounds, Buenos Aires today, he appealed to them to come along with their friends.
अर्जेंटीना में भारतीयों और भारत के दोस्तों को मैं भारत को और विस्तार से जानने का आमंत्रण देता हूं. अर्जेंटीना में रहने वाले आप सभी भारतीय जनवरी में काशी में होने वाले प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस में जरूर आएं और अर्जेंटीना के अपने दोस्तों को भी साथ लेकर के आएं.
Speaking about yoga for a sound mind and a healthy body, he said that yoga is for maintaining peace and harmony within oneself and with the family and society and the world at large.
जब व्यक्ति के मन में शांति होगी, तभी परिवार में, समाज में, देश में और विश्व में भी शांति होगी. हेल्थ, वेलनेस और पीस के लिए दुनिया को योग ये भारत का उपहार है.
Hundreds of youth from Argentina participated in the event and gave performances during the event. Electioneering for assembly elections in Telangana and Rajasthan is now reaching top gear. Rajasthan is witnessing hectic campaigning, with top leaders of different political parties holding public meetings at different places and leading roadshows to increase confidence of their party candidates. More from our correspondent.
Main political parties, BJP and Congress, have given full strength to their election campaign for creating an atmosphere in their favor. BJP President Amit Shah is to hold roadshow at Sriganganagar today evening. Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje is to address many rallies in Badmer, Sirohi, Pali and Jalo district today. From Congress, former Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is scheduled to address public meetings in Dausa, Bharatpur and Jaipur, while State Congress President Sachin Pilot is to address election rallies at various places. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Telangana, all major parties have deployed their top leadership and senior leaders in Telangana for campaigning. Senior BJP leader and Home Minister Rajnath Singh will address rallies at Sirpur, Warangal, Nagarjun Sagar and Shadnagar. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Mallikarjun Kharge and other senior leaders of the Congress will lead the party's campaign and will hold public rallies at different places. TRS Chief KCR will address rallies at Ilandu, Mulugu, Bhupalpalli, Manthani and Pedapli today. Our correspondent reports about yesterday's campaign.
Addressing a series of election meetings held at different places in Telangana yesterday, Rajnath Singh criticized both the TRS and Congress-led Praja Kutumi, saying the two Telugu states lack political will for development. In retaliation, TRS Chief KCR challenged BJP leaders to tell which state is implementing welfare programs on par with the TRS government in Telangana. Congress President Rahul Gandhi, who addressed a series of meetings and held roadshows yesterday, said only Congress can break the BJP, MIM and TRS partnership in Telangana. Lakshmi, AIR News, Hyderabad.
In Jammu and Kashmir, overall 71.1% polling was witnessed across the state in Phase 5 of Panchayat polls held yesterday. According to Chief Electoral Officer Shaleen Kabra, in Jammu Division, 85.2% polling was witnessed, while 33.7% polling was recorded in the Kashmir Valley. The 9-phase Panchayat elections are being held in the state on a non-party basis. The 6th phase of elections will take place tomorrow. The Niti Aayog will begin a series of development dialogues on healthcare systems today. It will engage experts through leaders and government stakeholders across key avenues of long-term social and economic development. The first event is a conference on health systems for a new India, Building Blocks, which will begin today. Here's more from our correspondent.
The conference will feature senior government functionaries and eminent national and international experts in the healthcare space. The idea of a healthcare system pertains to integrating existing and future programs, financing, human resources and policies. They are related to all dimensions of healthcare within the fabric of an all-encompassing, inclusive, long-term stable system. The conference is also an attempt by the Niti Aayog to begin conversations around the mandated 15-year vision document for the country as a whole. The discussions will include topics related to achieving standardized delivery of health across all levels of care in India's mixed healthcare system and leveraging IT for healthcare. Anupam Mishra, AIR News, Delhi.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website, newsonair.nic.in. 8 more states have achieved 100% household electrification under the Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana Saubhagya. With this, a total of 15 states in the country have achieved 100% household electrification. The states are Madhya Pradesh, Tripura, Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Mizoram, Sikkim, Telangana and West Bengal. Speaking to media after the planning and monitoring meeting with states and state power utilities in New Delhi yesterday, Power Minister R.K. Singh said 2.1 crore connections have been released under Saubhagya so far. He said states like Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh and Chhattisgarh are left with only a small number of unelectrified households and are expected to achieve saturation anytime. The centre has approved a formula for determination of compensation for patients who had received faulty hip implants manufactured by Depuis International Limited, UK, known as Johnson & Johnson Private Limited, before August 2010. An expert committee was constituted by the Union Health Ministry, which, after detailed examination of the issue, submitted its report along with its final recommendation. The ministry has decided to disperse the money considering three factors, which include the base amount, which has been decided at 20 lakh rupees, the risk factor and the disability and age factor, along with 10 lakh rupees for non-pecuniary damages. The centre has granted sanction to the CBI to prosecute Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Kumar Jain in disproportionate assets case. Sources said the Home Ministry granted sanction to prosecute Jain in a case registered by the CBI in August 2017. It is alleged that the minister, while functioning as a public servant, had amassed assets disproportionate to his known sources of income to the extent of about 1.62 crore rupees during the period February 2015 to May last year. The CBI said during the inquiry it was found that the minister and his associates were allegedly involved in money laundering to the tune of 4.63 crore rupees during 2015-16 through shell companies based in Delhi. Senior Hindi newsreader of All India Radio, Ashutosh Jain, passed away in New Delhi last night. He was 60. Ashutosh Jain, who joined AIR in 1989 in Chandigarh, retired from Delhi in April this year. Arvind Saxena has been sworn in as chairman of the Union Public Service Commission, UPSC. He was administered the oath of office and secrecy at a ceremony in New Delhi yesterday. Mr. Saxena joined the commission as member in May 2015. He was appointed to perform the duties of the post of chairman in June this year. In the Men's Hockey World Cup today, 2 matches are scheduled in Pool B. While Australia face Ireland at 5 p.m., England will meet China at 7 at the Kaling Stadium in Bhubaneswar. Australia and Ireland haven't faced each other in the World Cup yet. Since 2013, the two teams have met twice, with Australia winning both games. England and China also haven't met in the World Cup. They faced each other just once since 2013, with England turning the result in their favour. In yesterday's encounters, New Zealand beat France 2-1, while Olympic gold medalist Argentina defeated Spain 4-3. And now, for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Gunmala. There are several important stories in today's papers. DNA headlines. Finance Minister backs revised GDP data for UPA era. Congress calls it a bad joke. The Pioneer writes revised GDP data stirs credibility fight. The Tribune notes former Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramanian's comment in his upcoming book that demonetization, initiated on November 8, 2016, accelerated the economic slide. Hindustan Times leads with Pakistan PM Imran Khan saying, ready for talks anytime. The Pioneer headline reads, won't let terror use Pak soil, Khan. The Times of India highlights Supreme Court's observation on CBI case. The Daily reports the Supreme Court as saying, will first decide if removal of CBI chief was legal. The Statesman reports, tenure of 2 years as CBI chief can't be altered, says Verma in Supreme Court. The Indian Express top headline reads, firm that gave loan to buy Vadra land at a premium got big relief from tax panel. Investigating a web of controversial land transaction in Bikaner involving Robert Vadra's companies, the enforcement director has asked for details in the case related to Bhushan Power and Steel Limited. With the rupee touching a 3-month high of 69.88 against the dollar, business line of the Hindu writes, rising rupee, falling crude prices bring mojo back to the market. The Sensex gained 453 points to close at 36,170, and a crash in global crude oil price has been cited by experts as the main reason for the strength of the rupee. And with that, it's back to you, Gunmala.
And now, thank you, Subhadra. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. G20 summit begins in Buenos Aires today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address the first session. Electioneering for assembly elections in Telangana and Rajasthan in full swing. Niti Aayog starts a series of development dialogues on healthcare systems today. 8 more states achieve 100% household electrification under the Saubhagya Yojana. Centre gives go-ahead to CBI to prosecute Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain in disproportionate assets case. And in Men's Hockey World Cup, Australia to face Ireland and England to meet China in Bhubaneswar this evening. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. And with that we end the morning news. Have a nice day.